and welcome to episode 11 of Spooky Boy and the Spirit Sisters, a paranormal podcast for the strange and unusual, by the strange and unusual. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about horror movies, specifically our favorite horror movies. But before we jump into that, let's do some housekeeping.
We just want to take a moment to thank you all for your support, your stories, and sharing your experiences with us. Our goals with this show is to create a safe place to start opening up and having these discussions. We are not experts. We are learning and exploring these topics as we go. We are being vulnerable, sharing our experiences with you because we want to take this journey together, seek the truth together. We love hearing from you, and if we are to continue building and growing our community, we need your help. So please share us, share with us, and that way we can share more with you. Like, follow, subscribe, share, visit our website, listen to us on your favorite app. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Buzzsprout, YouTube with closed captioning, and more. Stay up to date on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Even just convincing one friend to listen, whether it's someone who likes this stuff or someone who would benefit from this community, it's a great way to open up the conversation. So again, share us, share with us, so we can share with you.
God, I had to cough really bad.
Sounded like you said horror movies.
That's how I say it.
Let's talk about your favorite skin flicks.
Skin flicks.
Stag
let's
films.
be honest. A lot of horror films
Let's be honest.
have like nudity. Like think about like the original like Halloween films, Friday the 13th films, like was it Nightmare on Elm Street? Like all of those fucking films were showing titties.
I mean, a majority of the horror genre is like, well, in case this tanks, we gotta give them something that, you know, won't be regretted.
Yeah.
Let's throw in some boobs.
Tits and gore. Buckle up, buckaroos.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting ride, guys.
Buckle up, buckaroo. Howdy ho.
Man. So I'm not like super into horror films, but
Got to change that.
yeah.
How can you
How
not
are
be
you
super?
not?
Yeah.
Yeah, wait. How are you part of this podcast? And you
So,
like all
okay.
these things spooky, but you're
Okay.
like horror films. No,
Okay.
no thanks.
Listen, I grew up not being able to watch these. Like, my mom would not let me watch them.
Well, yeah, you're a kid. None
And-
of our parents were like
Bullshit.
No,
I saw the Human Centipede when I was too young. It scarred me for life.
I would watch.
I saw that when I was too old enough to really watch that, and I was still too young to see that fucked up movie.
Yeah. It wasn't until probably,
You don't need to.
I'd say like 5 or 6 years ago that I started like really getting into them. But I'm not like still like, I haven't seen like a lot because I don't like gore. So
That's fair.
also very hard.
Well, what classic? Okay, so like, what classic horror films have you seen that you like?
Define classic.
Yeah.
Are you
I don't
talking
know.
about like
Let's
black
say-
and white, like?
Any range, anything that's like, I would say
Anything
before
not 2000s.
2000.
Yeah.
Anything that before 2000. Have you seen any?
Probably not.
What?
You have to keep in mind, Amanda's also the baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
In 2000, I was only 5. So.
What?
Wait.
Wait, what?
No.
No, you're
No,
probably
I'm
saying
kidding.
you're my sister.
Yeah. Math.
I was like, hold up.
I'm so tired. So.
My name's Amanda, and I can't.
Well, wait.
Wait a
Hold
second.
up.
No, yeah, I would
No,
have
'cause
been
it's
8.
2020, right? So how old are you?
In 2000.
I was born in 95.
Yeah, so she would have been
Oh,
5.
shit.
So yeah, I was right. So
See, I wasn't disagreeing with you. I was just fucking baffled here that you're like,
yeah, I was
Haha, Amanda,
born
you
in
can't do
95.
fucking math. Oh, wait.
I was only 5, and then my brother.
my name's Amanda. I'm 25 years old and I can't do math. Like,
Yeah, no, I was born in 95. So in 2000, I was
holy
5.
shit.
Oh my god.
God, you're dating me here, man.
And
No, I'm
No,
dating
like,
you.
dating me. No, dating me in the sense
Lauren
of
is
like,
baby.
like dating me in the sense of like I feel old.
Well, you're an
'Cause I'm
old
gonna be
fuck,
fucking
so-
30 here soon.
Yeah, you're an old fuck. So just
Yeah. So
It's that like meme where it's like that dude peeping around the corner, like all creepy like, and then it's like 90s babies
you have to
realizing they're
explain
gonna
the meme.
fucking-
It doesn't.
be 30 here.
Oh.
So if this like gives you any context, my first scary movie that I ever saw was Saw 3.
How'd you like it?
I hated it.
Well, you don't like gore.
Yeah.
So.
We left like halfway through. Like me and my friends snuck into it to see it, and
You snuck right back out.
Yep.
Nope.
Yep.
I like the
So-
Saw movies.
I've only seen the first 3, so that's all I
only
have.
Yeah, that's
seen,
me too.
I think the first one.
Yeah. Now give me a paranormal horror movie any day, and I'd be all over that.
I gotta say, yeah, Paranormal Activity, the first one. I was actually
Pleasantly
surprised.
surprised.
Surprised. You were just gonna roll with that.
New
Can't
word.
talk today.
I actually could not sit through Paranormal Activity. It just was too boring.
Yeah, those are the ones that I can't watch.
It was too much of a build for me. Like,
But I think that,
I
well,
didn't even
yeah,
get
I feel
through
like
it.
the payoff didn't like meet where they were trying to like build it to. But for the dude who had like, I think it was like maybe a $50,000 budget for what he did, and he made like a couple mil off that.
I mean, by
That's
all
pretty damn
means,
good.
go ahead.
That's
but
good.
me personally, it took too long to build. Like, if I don't understand what's going on in the first 10 minutes of a movie, I'm like, next.
Yeah.
Was there that much to really understand, though?
I was
mean,
gonna say, yeah, it was just like, oh hey, we're a couple
there
and we're
was
living together.
nothing
Oh, little spooky
happening.
things happen in the house.
Nothing spooky happened
Lauren's
in the
sitting there like,
house.
I'm confused.
Oh, no.
How do you watch some of the movies you watched? You just
No.
said if I don't understand what's going on in 10 minutes, I am out.
No. Like, what I mean, if nothing is happening in like the first 10 minutes.
There's also a lot of good movies that really are slow like that.
Okay, but you got to make sure the rest of the movie's fine. You can't bank on all the movie just being good and the spooky shit that happens. There's got to be a good dynamic of the story, the characters, and I
All right,
almost
so
passed
really
out.
fine. So then a really good paranormal, I guess like ghost kind of film would be The Others.
Yeah,
You haven't seen
good
that?
one.
I will not say anything past that, but go do yourself a favor and watch that.
It's one of those movies though that once you watch it,
Yeah, it's
going back and watching it because you know how it ends, you're just like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it takes some of that out of it, but I have seen it maybe like I'd say 10 times.
Like, it's cool
Oh,
to
wow.
watch it again because you pick up on stuff that you missed, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, how did I not have that at the end? But,
Okay.
Yeah.
but
Another
that's
one,
a good
what was House on the Haunted Hill?
House on Haunted Hill? Haunting of Hill House?
No, not Haunting a Hill House. That's a good TV
That's
show.
a TV show. That was
No,
called
there's-
House.
that was-
I
the
think I
one
found
with
that.
what is it? It had like Owen Wilson in it.
Oh! The Haunting!
Yeah, The Haunting. That was a really
a good one.
damn good film.
Funny
too.
enough, that movie was actually based on the same book that The Haunting of Hill House
Yes.
was made after. Completely different fucking movie, though.
Right.
It was still really good,
but
though.
yeah, I loved that movie. They always used to play that on TNT all the time growing up.
Yeah, we rented that film and with my dad, so like surround sound system, me being a kid and watching that, and then we turned the lights off and everything. So like Amanda was saying that, oh, you weren't really allowed to watch it. It was like a weekly damn thing. We'd go to Dollar Video or Blockbuster, and we would roam around there for a good hour, looking and reading at the back of like the VHS or the DVD cases, and like, oh, what's the summary? What's this movie about? Like, all our super young listeners who don't even understand what that was, I feel bad because that was actually really fun to do.
Yeah.
Like where you would go and rent video games,
Yep.
things like that, and you'd pray to God they weren't beat up so you could go home and actually play them for a week. But yeah, no, like every Friday night or every Saturday night, we would put in a horror film as a family, and we would sit down and watch. And there's one movie I still can't remember to this day that it was like right after I got this big freaking like 4.5 foot like doll that I got for a birthday. I don't know why they gave me that. They were just like, oh, so cute. Like, oh, and his name's Chucky. And we rented the fucking movie Chucky. So here I am. I tie a rope around that damn doll and I start smacking it across the floor. I was like, "You're not gonna kill me tonight."
Wait, was it the actual Chucky doll?
No.
Oh.
His name was Chucky, and so yeah, watching that Child's Play, I was like, nope. And then my dad's like, "Yeah, we're gonna rent the Child's Play 2 and Child's Play 3 next," and I was like, "Good."
Those are
Actually,
great.
the remake of that, they totally knew what they were doing with it. I think they were just like, you know what, we're gonna have fun with
Why
it.
did he look like he had too much Botox?
Right.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Can we just comment on the fact that Mark Hamill was Chucky?
No, that was a good choice. That was a good
That
choice.
was fucking
Yeah.
great.
But I could not stop seeing Joker though, because he really does sort of give the same like animated voice to a lot of his characters.
I don't care.
For
It's
Joker.
Mark fucking Hamill.
I'm not saying it was
He
bad.
can
I
use
was
the
just
same
saying I was
voice
just
for
seeing like a
voicing Betty
Joker-
White or
little
Meryl
Joker
Streep,
doll.
and I'd be fine.
I mean, yeah.
It's Mark Hamill.
I just remember going to Blockbuster, and like this was back when me and my friend were obsessed with like the Halloween movies, and we like watched Halloween a million times, and so much so that like we didn't want to like ask our parents for money to like buy the movie. So I was like, I got an idea, and I took my Beyonce live in concert DVD and I swapped it with the Halloween one, and then we returned it.
They didn't question that?
Nope.
You didn't get charged?
No.
Because wasn't it that? No, that must have been before they started putting the
Yeah.
labels on the disc.
Yeah.
Because I remember that Dollar Video just had it on the back of the like the rental case that they would give you. So, damn, why did I think that?
I'm so excited to watch this scary movie. Beyonce!
Even better. Well, we didn't have a lot of like kid films. Like all the kid films we had were on VHS. So like when we started renting like DVDs and stuff, we didn't have anything like that. My dad was just buying like action films, horror films, like sci-fi kind of stuff. So like he would have noticed if I would have swapped out like Armageddon for like some horror film. He would have like opened it up. What the fuck?
No, my family was big on like watching movies too. Like, trying to think. Scream. I remember when Scream came out.
Mm-hmm.
And
Good film.
I can remember not being allowed to watch Scream. Because it was, it was Scream. And
I couldn't watch Scream because it was Scream.
but I remember like
Logic.
I remember sitting, because my grandparents used to live in the city at the time, and they had this really cool, like, apartment thing. And it was my grandmother, it was my aunt, and my mom, I think, and I think it was my cousin, because my cousin was older than me, so she could always watch that shit. And they were all watching it in the kitchen, and I just remember, like, trying to sit there and see, like, glimpses of the TV through the reflection of the window across the way so I can try and watch it, too, to be, like, one of the grown-ups. But Scream was one of those that we watched repeatedly in the house. Scream and, the Tim Burton, Legends of Sleepy Hollow.
Yes. Sleepy Hollow.
Are you thinking? Is this the? Well, you said Legends of Sleepy Hollow,
The
right?
Legend of Sleepy Hollow.
So that's not the one with Johnny Depp.
Yes, it is.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I just thought it was
okay.
called Sleepy Hollow.
Yeah. No.
Is it called Sleepy Hollow?
I think
thought
it
it
was
was The
just
Legends of
Sleepy
Sleepy
Hollow.
Hollow.
Who here has seen? Oh, I just drew a blank on it. What was it? It was like Scare.net or something like that.
I remember that one.
Or Fear.net.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a
I don't
weird
know
one.
if
So
I've
like
seen
you
that.
go to this website, right? Like it was sort of like think of you had to be like sent a link to it and all that stuff. Like I don't know, like dark web kind of vibe to it. I think it was like when the dark web was first like sort of discovered. So then someone like made like and they found out about like red rooms and stuff like
Was
that.
this like back
you're
in
right.
like
It was-
Yeah, this was,
LimeWire
like-
days?
No,
Yeah,
essentially, yeah. I think it was
so-
like 2005 or something when that movie came out.
Yeah. So
You
I-
were right. It's just called Sleepy Hollow.
Yeah. The book is The Legend of Sleepy Hollow.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're both right. There you go.
High five.
But yeah, no, Fear.net, that was an interesting one. That one got under my skin because that one was just like, yeah, you would watch this weird, strange amount of videos, sort of like how The Ring was. Like you put in the tape and then that 7 days or whatever it was. Well, with Fear.net, it was you couldn't escape it. It was just sort of like you're trying to stay alive as long as you could kind of thing. The only way apparently you could take it down or survive it is you had to find the main source, like the servers and stuff, and take it out that way. Which, when you think about it, doesn't make sense because like ghosts are somehow haunting a computer server, and if you watch it, they appear as your worst nightmare, that kind of thing. So it was a cool concept, but like.
Awesome,
I feel like if I
all of that.
Yeah, but I mean, honestly, it was like one of those things. Like as a kid watching, I was like, "Oh, kind of spooky." But now I rewatched it maybe a few years ago, and I was like falling asleep during the whole damn thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, do you guys remember The Omen?
Yes.
Well, wait.
Which one?
Are you talking about OG?
OG.
Oh, you have seen OG Omen.
Or at least I think OG Omen.
There's an OG that was what back in the 70s.
Oh, not the 70s.
Yeah.
No, the remake.
I haven't seen the
Okay.
remake.
Millennial.
I haven't seen the remake. I've only seen the first Omen 1 and Omen 2 with that little fuck twat.
They're both good.
Damien.
Oh.
Yeah. So when I
Kid.
saw,
Oh, is it the one with
The
Julia
one.
Stiles?
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But I remember when I saw that, it was like I went to a friend's house and my mom said, if they're watching scary movies, don't watch it. Come home. Because, like, I had really bad, like, nightmares and night terrors, so she really didn't want me to, like, have to deal with that. And, so my stupid ass stayed. And so we're sitting in the basement of my friend's house, and her older brother decides to go outside. Well, we thought he was just going outside. No. No. He went outside and scared the shit out of all of us.
Naturally.
Like, he,
Me.
like, started from, like, the back of the backyard and just took a running jump and slammed into the window.
What?
Yeah.
He didn't really think that one through, did he? I would have laughed so hard if you were like, he did that. Well, then we had to go to the ER because he had shards of glass.
No. So the window didn't break.
Surprising.
He wasn't the smartest person in the entire world. You don't say.
Yeah.
don't
I mean,
say.
I have this image in my head of a guy just like, not just like running into it, but like running and doing that like jump thing.
oh, that sideways jump. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that video where it's like that dad, he goes downstairs with a circuit breaker, and he has his like daughter and her friends are first time ever playing with a Ouija board, and he's just like turning the lights on and off, and you just hear him in the background, blood curdling,
Scream.
screaming.
That's gonna be me as a
My
parent.
dad used to do that to us. Like, I remember the one time my dad he'd get like the old, like the Halloween masks and stuff and scare us that way. Or the one time I was in the shower, I was little and we were living at Franklin Park at the time, and he'd gotten a Jason mask, and he had got like the fake blood, and he put that on, and he scared the shit out of me while I was in the shower. Like, and what am I gonna do? Like, usually you're scared about what's in the shower. That's why you don't close your eyes when you're washing your shampoo out. Or if you do, you know, you're swinging while you're doing it. But what do you do when you're in the shower? Right. So, that's just kind of like a rite of passage. Like, being scared shitless when you're little.
Yeah.
So you mentioned your dad got like the Jason mask. I remember so a lot of the Jason films are pretty good. The one that's just garbage is Jason X. It's like where he's in space.
I've
or
heard of
something.
never even heard
I
of
do
that.
not remember
Horrible.
anything from that movie except the like one thing where he's like gets lured into a room, and I think they were able to like change up the scenery. They were trying to confuse him to make him think that he was back on Earth, right? And there's like a person like he grabs and he puts him in a sleeping bag and he's just like beating them across the floor like they're just like a sack of jelly. That's the only part I remember, and I just remember I think it came out in 2001, and I was just like a preteen at that point, and I just remember just spitting out whatever I was drinking because I was lost it.
2001 was also like that weird like that fashion trend of like the future, because that was also the time when like Xenon of the 21st Century came out.
Never
like
seen it.
The Disney movie. Yeah,
never seen it.
That's what we're doing on our next date night. We're watching all the
God,
classic
that
Disney
sounds like
TV
fun.
shows.
No.
That and Phantom of the Megaplex.
Wait,
No.
now I'm curious what the Rotten Tomatoes score is on that movie.
What, Jason X?
Yeah.
20%.
You just knew?
I just looked it up because I just typed in Jason in space because I couldn't remember what the actual title of it was. But so that's why I was like, wait, hold on.
Have you guys ever seen the movie Signs?
Oh,
Yes,
that's a
it's such a
great
good
movie.
movie.
It
saw
is.
that. I was actually snuck into a theater to see that because I wasn't 18 yet.
That was a good film.
So
I just remember I had never seen it, but my
That
friend
was creepy. It
had.
wasn't scary.
that's an M. Night Shyamalan one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it since, obviously, but like one time my friend, and she doesn't listen to this, so it's okay if I say it. I just remember she lived behind me.
Do one episode she's finally going to listen to.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Dig yourself a grave.
That's fine. We aren't really friends anymore. So
Damn.
You hear that?
Shots fired.
but
Speak to our lawyer.
all I saw, like, from across the yard was her in her room with, like, an aluminum foil hat that she made.
God damn it.
So I go outside, and I'm, like, screaming her name, and I'm like, why are you wearing an aluminum foil hat? She's like, Amanda, have you seen the movie Signs?
Was she leaving water?
I have to
drinking
say,
I have
glasses
no
of
idea.
water all around?
I have no idea. I didn't. If she
Enough
was, her
baseball.
mom was
She's
She's
picking
got
that
gotta
up.
a
commit.
slugger
She's
on
gonna,
Yeah.
like,
that movie
amoebas.
that gave me the chills too, with like aliens and shit. Because like
That was a good film.
my family was never like sci-fi oriented. It was more so like just horror, like
Yeah.
gory, scary stuff like that. So I think Signs.
We were all over the place with what my dad would
Well,
get.
I lied because we did grow up watching. I did see Alien when I was little, but
Fucking love.
my family was
Alien.
never big with like sci-fi. So Aliens, I was just kind of like, whatever. So when I saw Signs, I was just like, oh fuck. Oh fuck. Like there's shit in the sky now.
how old were you? This was last year.
I was in middle school. So, cause yeah, I wasn't 18 yet, and I remember my friend's dad, he went and took us to go to the theater to go see it, but I wasn't 18, so he was just like, oh yeah, I'm here, I need all these tickets. He walked us into the theater and then was just like, alright, I'll pick you up after, and then just left. So.
One of my memories I have is like my dad being like, okay, you can pick whatever movie you want. We'll go to the theater. And I was like, all right. And I picked The Exorcism of Emily Rose.
Of course.
And
I mean-
I will say, like, not a lot of, like, shit truly scares me, but, like, exorcism stuff always just, I don't know.
So do you like the original Exorcist?
I do, yeah.
I fucking love that film.
That's a great film.
Which we've already mentioned before how much I love that film. But yeah, no. I'm gonna definitely watch the remake that's coming out, I think, next year or 2 years down the road for The Exorcist. But after seeing the like poster that they made, I'm just like, I really think it's not gonna even be worth seeing.
Wait, I haven't seen the poster. What is it?
It's essentially so like, do you remember in the original film where she like crab walks like down the stairs?
Yeah.
So it's basically her, like the girl
I've
in the
seen
crab
that.
crab walk form, but like it's a still image of that, and it's all like blue and black and dreary and all that stuff, and it just looks like they're trying to go for a lot of jump scares and not really like this atmospheric based off of like really what the original was. Like I feel like it's just going to be like, it's probably, I think the original film was like 2 hours long, and this one's probably going to be like an hour and 20 minutes. So you're going to get like
just
15
nonstop
fucking
jump scares
minutes of like build up to her being possessed.
Oh, okay. Amanda just pulled it up.
Oh, yeah, there
What
it
the
is.
fuck?
Like it's creepy. Like whoever
It looks
did
like my
that-
cat at night.
Honestly, no, if you look at it, like where the shadow is, where her long hair is hanging, it almost looks like a cat is in front of whoever is there. And like this is not her shoulders, it's like somebody's ass, and they sort of fell over like the cat going upstairs.
Nothing to see here, humans.
The cat with the creepy eyes is trying to kill its owner. Not a surprise.
I didn't see The Exorcist until I was older.
Yeah, me either.
What was the other one? There's no, okay, never mind. I am thinking of The Omen. I was just like, there's The Omen, The Exorcist, The Omen. There was another older movie too that was a really good horror movie. I'm trying to remember what it was.
Based around exorcisms or
either exorcisms or some sort of like demonic. Like,
That really doesn't.
Then.
Yeah, that doesn't really narrow it down.
70s were like littered with that. Those kind of films.
Satanic Panic.
Rosemary's Baby.
That movie, okay, it's a good movie.
Still haven't seen it.
It's so fucking long though.
But you know what?
Right.
I fact
2 hours
checked
long.
this, and it's only 2 hours.
But it feels like it's so long.
But I think that is intentional. I think.
Is it?
Like you're going through her whole like pregnancy.
Wait, were you thinking
to
Pet
go
Cemetery?
through- No,
Were you thinking Pet
I wasn't
Cemetery?
thinking Pet Cemetery, but that was a
OG
good
Pet
one,
Cemetery.
too.
OG Pet Cemetery. Not the
I thought they
remake.
did- I thought they did
No.
okay.
No, the remake. Like, the acting was good, but the direction that they took
I
with
remember
that,
we were in
I
the
was just like,
theater. We were in the theater.
We didn't
and-
see that in theaters.
No, but I forgot what we went to go see. Was it
Hereditary?
Quiet Place? I don't know which we went to go see, but I remember when the trailer come up and all you see is the semi-truck going across the lane. I was just like, I grabbed you and I was just like, they're doing it. It's Pet Cemetery. And then they went through the whole thing. I was just like, I gotta see this.
Yeah, and then we saw it when it came out.
And
like,
it was just
on
kind of like-
Prime
It
or whatever, and
never
was
really
just like,
caught my
nah.
interest. Like
was-
I love Stephen King, like like the miniseries. Like I love. I'm not
Yeah.
as much a fan of like the newer ones. Like
Really?
they're
You don't like the
I
two
really-
films?
yeah, right. The first one was good. The second part, I didn't really care
What?
for.
Bill Hader?
I
Didn't
thought
like
they
Bill
did.
Hader
I love Bill
being
Hader,
Bill
but-
Hader in that film?
All right, well that maybe saved
That
it
was
a little bit,
freaking
but
amazing.
I
can't
thought they
watch it.
did. Well,
well,
you
yeah,
have
Amanda's got
death
a
afraid.
fear of clowns.
I have a deathly fear
But have you
of.
seen the movie of Clowns from Outer Space?
okay,
No.
that's
It's freaking garbage.
killer clowns from outer
Oh yeah, killer.
I don't.
Leprechaun.
If it has anything to do
I
with
remember seeing
clowns,
that one.
no.
Have you guys seen the movies Leprechaun?
Leprechaun is fucking trash.
1995
but hilarious.
Leprechaun with Jennifer Aniston's first debut.
You know what? It gave Warwick Davis a job. So go Warwick Davis. I have
Was it
to
1995? I don't think. I think I'm way off on that. But I think that was Jennifer Aniston's like first
It was.
appearance.
Call. It was in
ever.
a movie
Yeah.
because she was on Friends.
Let's see. I'm gonna look this up. You guys keep talking about other things here. The Sixth Sense. Love that film.
That was a really
And
good one.
1993 is when
I
Leprechaun debuted.
Still, I remember I went to go see The Sixth Sense. Yeah, I went to go see that actually at an outdoor with my
Me
mom
now.
and my cousin.
Think about me being a kid
Yeah.
and seeing that film, and I was like, "Is this a movie about me?"
That was a good one. I still watch that movie to this day, and it still makes
it
me
still
tear up.
still holds
Like,
up to its.
But it's
original.
it's a really good movie. That's one of those movies that I almost wish was longer. Like, it's very short, and it kind of goes through. I almost wish that movie was just a tad bit longer.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
Like a little bit more going through some of the experiences that he was witnessing, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Dude,
That
if
was a good
Stephen
one.
King is listening to this, will you please come be our guest, talk about stuff? Because holy shit,
0.00001%.
The Shining,
Right.
Misery is also one of my favorites. That's not your typical horror film, but she's still fucking crazy. Kathy Bates, amazing.
I fucking love Kathy Bates.
Yeah.
I love her. I love her. I love her. I want her to play me in a movie. If ever there was a movie,
Interesting choice,
I want
but all
Kathy
right.
Bates to play me.
I thought you had someone else in mind. Did you change it to Kathy Bates now? Who was it?
I feel like we've talked about this.
Yeah, we have talked about this before.
I don't know. I don't remember who I would have had play me.
I don't remember.
Was it Meryl Streep?
What the fuck?
Mine would be Rebel Wilson.
Oh my gosh.
I fucking love her.
I don't know who I'd want to play me. I've never thought about
Not
this.
me either.
You would have Wes Bentley play you. I fucking told you this.
Yeah, well, doesn't mean I've like been like, oh yeah, totally.
But you guys, like, you're yeah.
What?
He would be a
Yeah,
good.
explain that to our audience because I'm sure they just understood.
Yeah.
Do you really want me to be okay? So the reason I think Wes
Okay, give
Bentley
it
would
like
be
a G rating here, because you.
This is Lauren we're talking about.
So you and Wes Bentley
We don't
have
look alike.
very similar features. You have that beautiful profile with your nose and how it like sits on your face. And I swear to God, if you push your nose up, I'm going to punch you.
You punch me or punch me?
Both.
Okay.
I'm gonna punch you and then I'm gonna punt you. So I think I just think he'd be a really good actor suit for you. You
I
know,
mean, what I've seen him in, he's good. So,
he just
I mean,
needs to eat a cheeseburger or 3 and then.
Wow!
He's super thin. Have you seen him?
This is the second time you called me fat today.
What? No, I said you looked thin
You
upstairs.
said I looked wholesome.
No,
What does that mean?
I said the sweater he's wearing usually makes him look
Is that a Chicago Bears sweater?
No.
wholesome.
Oh.
No, I got
But
this
he
like
looks super thin.
I think I got this like 8 years ago at Kohl's. I don't know, and I still like it. It still fits, and it's comfortable.
It's got the little
yeah.
things for your fingers to like
Yeah,
fit
it was
through.
like a workout
I
thing
love
that they had on
those.
Yeah.
clearance.
Emo chicks usually have to cut
And-
those out themselves.
Right.
Oh, that was me. I still do that.
Millennial.
You realize you're
Shut
calling
up.
her a millennial,
Shut up.
and we're fucking
Shut up.
millennials too.
Yeah, I'm like 60 in my soul, so
That just means trauma. I've realized that anytime someone's like, "Wow, you really have like such an old soul," I've just realized that just means because we've experienced some shit in our life.
Mm-hmm.
Trauma. I can see the trauma on you. Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Who needs to watch horror films? My life is one.
Right?
Exactly. Swear to
just go
God.
through the family photo album and call it Halloween.
There's some other. I'm trying to think of like Friday the. Friday the 13th.
Hereditary.
Oh, all the
Hereditary.
fucking A24 movies
Yes.
I love.
It Follows. See, It Follows didn't
Midsommar.
scare me. It was just really interesting and creepy.
I thought it was an interesting, like,
But
okay,
it takes a lot to like actually scare me. Hereditary,
Yeah.
seeing that in theaters, that actually
I'm so
disturbed me.
desensitized to a lot of things at this point that it does take a little bit more. Hereditary, it wasn't that it scared me.
No, it just disturbed you.
Yes, exactly.
You're
exactly.
like, what the hell
that
am
little
I
girl
watching?
is so fucking talented.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember her name, but she's... Holy
Yeah.
shit.
If you're listening, you're really talented.
What's your name?
Yeah, but that movie, we saw that one in theaters. Now,
Yep.
my first exposure to
we saw
A24.
Midsommar too. We saw
That was- that
the
was
director's
later.
cut when they brought it back.
I wish we would have just seen the
What?
original.
I was there too.
Were you?
Yeah.
Yeah, she came with us.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Because we
right.
were all like, oh, we should go see that.
And
then-
the only one that was in theaters was the director's cut.
yeah.
I just feel like the director's cut was a little too long.
See, I liked Midsommar a lot. It's still like one of my like.
I
favorite
like
films
it.
in a
I
long
just want to
time.
see the shorter version of it.
I made my parents watch it, and they were like, what the fuck is this?
You're like, understand me.
I was like, it's just a, really nice feel-good film.
This is.
I mean,
They couldn't look away.
yeah, really good. Just straight up.
watched
This
five-
is such a good feeling.
I just watched 10 minutes of a guy just fucking somebody awkwardly in a bar.
No, no, no,
Like,
no, no, no.
It's a bunch,
No, no, no.
of, bunch of
Good.
kids going on vacation.
Do you guys forget the fucking intro of that film? Hey, Mom, Dad, let's sit down and watch this because it's such a
Yeah.
good,
Wholesome movie.
family film. Okay, yeah, put it in there for us, Cassidy. All right. Fucking first minute of there. literally.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
Just in case anyone's seen it.
I also made my
God.
mom watch Clockwork Orange when I was young too.
I still need to see it.
No.
I still need to see it.
And she was like, "I'm going to
I
sleep.
have it
This is
added
too
to my
much."
list on Netflix, so I'm gonna watch that film. Maybe tonight.
My
Maybe I'll go home and fucking watch that film tonight.
My first exposure to A24 was when Austin and I watched The Witch.
I fell asleep. I was
The
falling
Witch.
asleep.
I love The Witch.
Okay.
I wish I would have seen it in theaters because I feel like it would have impacted me differently.
I think
Yeah, definitely.
A24 films, there's a very specific, what's the word I'm thinking of? Like, ambiance that you have to be in order to truly feel everything.
Because the score too with those movies, like it's
See, the score
beautiful.
was solid. I don't know why. It just
Because
it bored
we
the
were in
shit out of me.
Because we were in broad, like a really well lit room, shoving pizza into our mouths.
I don't see the problem with this.
And on its very tiny screen.
I guess I could have got like maybe a nightlight.
Like,
so I could have seen eating the pizza.
but it was a very tiny screen. I was
that's
eating.
right. I didn't have my giant like 65-inch Samsung that I now have in my room.
You forget.
Okay,
like,
flex.
You can
little
also
32-inch Sony.
You could also hear like your mom and sister in the other room. So it wasn't like we were. We watched it in Harvard.
Yeah, but I thought we watched it
in your bedroom at
again.
Harvard. No, we haven't. Have not seen that movie.
The university.
I'm gonna have to rewatch it then.
Is it your other girlfriend?
No, I just for some reason thought that like we watched that when I moved in.
No.
To my house.
No, we were in Harvard because that was the same movie. That was the same night that you cheated playing Scrabble.
I didn't cheat. I won, and we're not going into that.
You cheated. But we were just
bonus content.
Yeah.
No, honestly.
But we just weren't in the right area, like the right
setting.
Yeah, the right setting for it.
I mean,
now,
that makes sense.
When we went and saw Hereditary, we were in a theater. There was hardly anybody in the theater with us.
Yeah.
So
I think there was like us and like 3 other groups. We
there
all
wasn't
sat super far away from each other.
There wasn't any like sounds that pulled us out of the film, and just you hearing the score, like I left feeling like, what did I just watch? I really shouldn't have been there to see that. Like,
yeah, that's how I felt too.
It was crazy.
Like you were watching something that just.
But like I was unsettled by that, but at the same time,
by that for like 4 days.
But I was so like. A24 has won a fan for life, like, because The Witch, I was like, and then like I saw that, and I was like,
can we just talk about Toni Collette? Like,
oh my god,
dude,
performance,
she's freaking amazing,
dude. Yeah, like, and she's in that new movie on Netflix too. I'm thinking of Ending Things.
Yeah, which
and she
I watched
was
last
fucking
night.
Brilliant in that.
I was like looking in, I needed something to watch, so I watched it. All right,
you watched it without me.
I didn't know this was like we had to watch it together. I just was like,
Rude.
I don't know what to watch
Rude.
before I go to sleep here, which I did go to sleep pretty much right after I watched that film.
And that's scary, but in a different sense, that it makes you just question everything about your life.
No, it does. It really does. That was a good film.
The Blair Witch, I loved as a child. Like, I still like it. I'll rewatch it. But, like...
We need to watch that together.
You've never seen it?
I have seen it, but we just need to watch it.
Yeah, I used to draw that stick figure everywhere.
Up anymore, though. That's the problem. For the time when it came out, it was like...
draw that stick figure everywhere. I'm super dark and goth.
We rented that, and my dad was like,
with your black jelly
my mom
bracelets.
and my dad went out. So, like, my dad rented that film for my sister and her friends, right? And my mom and my dad were going out on, like, some date night or something. And he was just like, you're old enough now to, like, we won't get a sitter or anything like that. Kind of thing, right? But they were watching that film, and I'm sitting there watching this film with them, and I'm not going to say, it didn't freak me out kind of thing, because it was the first time, like, a found footage kind of film came out. But I remember that everyone hyping up, it's true, it's a real story. It's, like, 100% true found footage. And I remember when those credits roll, I was just like, wait, this
Hang
is
on a
true.
second.
Hold up.
Yeah, they made the actors like stay basically in hiding just to promote this film and make it seem as realistic as possible.
Which
you know,
genius marketing.
Yeah.
But the problem
Yeah.
was like they still had to put the credits in at
Well,
the
yeah,
end.
you have to.
Because like legally you have to, and you're seeing like them, right, like the actors, but they're going by the real names, like
yeah,
oh,
the
no.
same names in the
but
movie.
you have the director, the producer, the special effect, like all these huge things, and then they're like, and I was like, wait, if this was real found footage,
What special effects did they even use? Like,
I don't know, like even back then, like there was still stuff like if I think a lot of the special effects stuff back then was sort of like blended in together with editing and stuff.
They weren't in a forest. It was actually just a.
just a
It
green
was a
screen.
soundstage.
Yeah.
The second one was horrible. Have you seen
Oh,
that?
Yeah, I've seen that, but that
I have
don't
not
even
seen the second
remember
one.
any
So
of it
I
at all.
have a confession. I've actually never seen the Blair Witch Project and sat down and watched the whole thing. I've seen the beginning. I've seen like 2 seconds of the middle, and I've seen like 5 seconds of the end, and I'm just like,
Well, it sounds like we all have to
Okay.
sit down and watch that, and I'm gonna
Yeah.
bring a pillow because I'm probably fall
But
asleep.
I
I'm
Also-
making you watch it.
also found footage like
Oh, that
movies
makes
like
you
that.
sick. Yeah, that's right. I forgot
I
about
get
that. You
really,
can't handle
really
shaky cam
bad.
stuff.
Like I could not. What was that movie? Was it District 9 or whatever it was, or that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, District
Uh-huh.
9, that's a good
or
film.
Cloverfield.
Oh,
Cloverfield
Cloverfield.
too. Yeah,
Mhm.
District 9,
Like,
Cloverfield. That
any
was
of
all around that
those-
handy cam kind
Yeah,
of thing. It started kicking off with that stuff. I don't know. Both good films.
they make me super like car sick or that.
Yeah, you get
motion
motion sickness. Like you can't
So-
even watch me play like
Certain video games.
first person kind of like video games because it makes you uneasy.
Yeah. Have you guys seen the movie Mama?
No.
You know what? They all start blending together. I'm trying
Haven't
to think.
seen Mama, but have seen Mother.
Oh, that was
Mother,
good. Wait,
yeah.
with Jennifer
No.
Lawrence?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Such
Does that
a good
technically count
film.
as a horror film, or is that more of
Well,
like a psychological
a
thriller?
psychological
Psychological, I guess.
thriller.
Yeah.
I mean,
Which I guess you could still put those because you got like your Silence of the Lamb,
Mhm.
which
Ooh.
that's scary in its
yeah.
own right for what it is, and that's a classic.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, Mama, it's like, so these two girls, they get abandoned in like this cabin thing in the woods. And for 5 years, they're taken care of by this like entity thing that they call Mama. And
Oh, wait, I have seen this.
yes,
What?
and nobody
It's
knows.
a fever dream.
I don't know. But like everybody's looking for these girls because their parents died or something like that. And then the aunt and the uncle find them and they take them in. And like the whole time they're trying to keep these girls like away from this entity. And like the entity keeps following them, and then eventually, yeah, I'm not even gonna like ruin it if you haven't seen it, but if you haven't seen it, I suggest watching it. It's
Yeah, it was an interesting movie for sure.
it freaked me out a little bit.
I'll have to watch it. I'll have to look for it, see it.
Yeah, it's pretty
Conjuring,
good.
Conjuring 2.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Those movies are great.
Fucking
They are
love
finally
them.
in development of the
The
third
third
one.
one, yeah.
Thank God.
I'm excited.
Insidious.
I love those too.
Insidious. That was those
Is
were
that
interesting.
the one
With a giant weird like devil creature.
Oh, yeah.
That I laughed so hard. I
Patrick
appreciated
Wilson's
that
in that
they
one too.
Yes, he is. I appreciated the fact that they used like a physical thing and it wasn't CG.
Mm-hmm.
But that makeup was so like ridiculous.
Yeah.
I was like, what is this? Like a B budget film, even though it's like a AAA kind of like
What was the
production.
base? I can never really remember that. That might be a
it's like
movie I have to
astral
watch
projection
again.
was covered in that, like dream hopping was covered in that, demonic
So-
possession. It was like trying to cover a lot of topics
Yeah.
all within the film.
So was that the one where the guy's like the dude himself is haunted, or is that another film I'm thinking of?
I think you're thinking of a different one.
Yeah, you are.
Because see, like,
So-
Because like
remember-
a kid is being like their house is sort of
Yes.
being plagued and insidious.
So
And you get that
I
creepy
can't remember
old
if
like
it's-
witch girl
the
come in.
first one or the second one. I think it's the first one. Like the kid goes to sleep and like he's now in that astral world and like the dad has to like go in and like find him. Like he has to go through the giant red door that he like to go, and he has to like find his son's like spirit. Even though
He's
he's
just chilling. He was just chilling with that
be interested in watching that.
spandex
yeah.
covered devil. dude.
Yeah.
I'd be interested in watching that. What is the movie that I'm thinking of where
don't
I
know.
could have sworn it was a Patrick Wilson like horror movie, but I might be wrong.
All right, let's see.
Where the guy, he takes all these pictures and they have all this shit happen,
Fatal Frame.
only to find out that like when you look at the picture, you can kind of see the old woman in it, or there's like a ghost or
Oh,
something.
I know which one you're talking about, and I can't think of the name
Oh.
of it. Shoot.
But you find out that like he's the one that's haunted, and
Yes,
that's why.
that was a good film.
So that's not Insidious then.
No.
What the
No.
fuck is that movie then?
I'm drawing a blank.
I just looked up all his movies, so I'm like trying to.
I don't know.
We talk about the Phantom of the Opera.
What? It's not even like a spooky film.
No, but Patrick Wilson's in it.
Oh, is he?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
he plays Raoul.
I did mention Fatal Frame. You want to play a really scary ass PlayStation like
This podcast is what's your favorite
Video
movie?
game.
What's your but okay, I'm shutting up.
Have you guys
man.
played the new Tony Hawk or the remastered Tony Hawk games?
Ooh, spooky.
no, like the Resident Evil films. Those aren't scary.
I
like those like
movies.
sort of video game-ish movies sometimes.
That
Blood
is
Rain.
my kink. I shouldn't say my kink. Wow,
That's a weird, that's a weird thing.
No, it's my guilty pleasure. Like I'm
video
not
game
a huge,
adaptation
Yeah,
kind of films.
that's
Because Blood Rain and Blood Rain 2, garbage films. Garbage fucking films. But you're like, I really like those.
I think I've only seen the first Blood Rain movie, and
I think they even made like a third and fourth.
but I was just like, this is cool. And
I haven't seen any of those.
I really like the
You don't
Silent
need to.
Hill game or the Silent Hill movies.
The
people are
first
like,
Silent Hill
This is
film.
horrible.
No,
I
okay.
like
So the
that. And
first
I'm like,
Silent
"But I
Hill
like
film,
it."
I liked how they did it because that was a different take on what the genre is, and they sort of captured the right moments with the video game. The purists out there who always want to see like their video games come to a movie, or they never want to see it come to a movie, it's because what they fear is sort of what like Silent Hill 2 was. That was not good. And then like Resident Evil, the first one I thought did a decent job, and then everything after that just went downhill.
Yeah.
Like number
didn't
2,
like
I
those.
was so excited because they were like, yeah, Jill Valentine. And I was like, hell yeah, Raccoon City, here we go. And then I was like, what am I watching? What the hell is this? But the first one they did good, and now they're remaking the film, and they're actually building the mansion. They're building that house. So the Spencer mansion, so that'll be really cool. And then we have a new Netflix Resident Evil series that's going to come at some point, probably in 2022, I'd assume, or the end of 2021. But
the Death Note movie on Netflix. That's a horror film.
yeah, because it's that was
Lori, are you thinking of the movie Shudder?
Maybe.
I've seen that, but I'm drawing a blank
'Cause that's
on Shudder.
The
What
only
hell is
thing that makes sense.
Read
What
us
is it? Yeah, what does it say?
the
So-
summary. Trying to jog my
Let's
memory on
see.
this.
This story follows newlywed couple Ben and Jane, who have just moved
Ben and
to
Jerry.
Japan for a promising job opportunity. After a tragic car accident that leads to the death of a young girl, Ben begins noticing strange blurs in many of his fashion shoot photographs.
Oh, I think that's it. I think that might be it.
You know what's a really creepy movie that not a lot of people have seen? 1 Hour Photo. Robin Williams.
That's so good. I love that movie.
That is disturbing.
Yes.
And it is such a good film, and it's such an
couldn't-
underrated Robin Williams film.
I don't think
I rented that at
ever
Blockbuster.
seen that movie to completion. Like, I've seen bits and pieces of it, and I only saw naturally the scene with Michael Barton, whatever his name is.
Barton.
Hey, I thought he was a hottie to. Okay. Anyways, him and the one girl in the hotel room, and he's like,
Don't give too much away, because that's a movie that people should watch.
Okay.
Like, if you haven't seen it,
I came
You
in
like
and watched
just
like a really bad part of the movie,
films
and I'm
that
like,
sort of aren't really like ever highlighted, like that is one of those films, and it's with Robin Williams. And I think came out in 2002 or something like that. And
That's a good one.
I remember watching that, and I was like,
Robin.
Yeah.
I was just like, whoa, what? Like,
Another film I feel like doesn't get a lot of like appreciation is Dark Water. Have you guys seen that?
yes, and that was based off of an actual true event with that girl that they found in L.A., right? Or
Yeah,
San Francisco
I
or something
believe
like
so,
that, where
yeah.
she was in the in that water tank kind of thing.
Oh, wait.
Am I
this is
thinking, or am I
jogging
thinking of something else here?
It could have been.
This is jogging something.
Who was the actress? Who was the main actress? Jennifer.
Jennifer Connelly.
Yeah, Jennifer Connelly. That was a good movie.
She's still hot. She is.
David Bowie's hot.
Rip.
How fucking dare you?
I'm just saying. Like, I'm surprised you could even say his name without
I
shedding
mean,
a
now
tear
that
right
we're
now.
talking about dead hot guys, Kurt Cobain.
Brandon Lee, The Crow.
Crow.
One of my
It's not a horror
favorite.
film,
Yeah.
but that's a good film.
No, oh my
Um,
god, I fucking love
Jeepers
that movie.
Creepers.
Yes, how have we not brought this one up? I fucking love Jeepers Creepers. I loved Jeepers Creepers.
Yeah, no, I remember my dad he went on a whim and just bought that. Like, it was like one of those $1 video where it was just like sort of like, buy it for like half the price. So my dad's like, yeah, why not? And he bought it, and I fucking loved that film. I think that might have been one of Justin Long's first
Yeah.
appearances.
And
in,
that's
like,
why
a
I was
film.
just like, oh, hey, it's that guy. Wait, I'm used to him being in a horror film. Like,
Wait, Justin. Oh, when you start seeing him in the comedies. and
yeah,
stuff?
like I was like thrown for a loop, and I was just like, oh, okay.
That was a good film.
Mm-hmm.
Jeepers
Did we like talk about the Annabelle movies already?
no, it's the
No.
trash.
Yeah.
I don't like them.
But
I like them.
didn't like them.
I mean, hey,
But-
if you like them, you like them.
Okay,
I-
my issue though is like that doll is so overtly freaky looking. Like, who the fuck would
Yeah,
have anything
and,
Of
like
course,
that?
well, they did that purposely because who was going to actually be like go to a movie for a creepy film and there's Raggedy
I don't
Ann?
know.
I think that would be
I-
scarier.
Yeah.
Because you
but-
don't expect it.
Yeah.
That's
I
true.
didn't like the Annabelle films because it was basically a bunch of jump scares.
Yeah, it was very
And-
cliche and what it
Yeah,
was
I
doing.
think for me, I like really like the story behind like Ed and Lorraine Warren and all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
that like really, like that's why I like those so much. And funny enough, the other night, Cassidy and I were staying the night at Lauren's, and we just turned the TV on and it was on like the end of it. So we just sat there. It was like what, like after midnight at this point.
Mhm.
We
Yep.
just watched the end of it.
And I was like, I'm going to go to the bathroom while this finishes up.
Well, which one was it? Was it the first one?
It was
Annabelle
Annabelle
Comes
Comes Home. It's the third one.
That's the third one. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't
So-
think I've seen the third one.
Out of all of them, I
Seen the
think
second
I
one.
like Comes
we went
Home
and
the
saw
most.
The second one
Yeah,
in
and that was
theater.
noise pollution. They cranked up the
Yeah.
volume in that to
I
the
hate
point
when
where it's
theaters do that.
actually like
Yeah.
hurting my ears.
Yeah, so the first time
I'm
I had
tap-tap,
ever
so that's
seen
impressive.
Annabelle Creation, funny enough, I was actually on an airplane and I was going to California and I turn it on and I'm watching and I'm like jumping because like the jump scares in it. and my friend sitting next to me, she like looks over at my little TV, and she's like, "Are you fucking watching Annabelle Creation on a fucking airplane?"
Damn straight.
Yep. What? Why do you care?
Who cares?
Like, yeah, that was like the one and only time that I had seen that one, and I'm not a huge fan of the Creation one.
I actually thought the Creation one was a lot better than the first one.
Yeah, it's better than the first one, but comes home as my favorite.
When is Creation?
Creation was the second one. That was like in that farmhouse and all that stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That one was much better.
We saw that one.
Yeah, it was like with for like the orphan little girls.
That
that
was much better than the first one. The first one was just like.
But I haven't seen the third one.
I've only seen the first.
I like the third one the most.
The Nun, I hated that.
Oh, the Nun!
It
was I actually thought
slow.
that was going to be
I fell
like
asleep
something
to
that
that.
like was going to be decent.
I
but
actually
yeah,
fell asleep.
we were watching that, and that one was
I will
boring
actually
and
admit
just-
I was probably sawing wood through that.
What I hated why they did that film after watching that is because it was like the Nun in The Conjuring and Conjuring 2.
Mm-hmm.
She should have just stayed the way she was, this ominous figure that just appeared here and there, scaring the living hell out of people and things like that, and you never got a backstory.
Mm-hmm.
That is how you create that creepy lore, because you get people trying to run and create their own scenarios in their head, and you just let it happen. You don't be like, oh, well, let's make a movie and try to explain her, but that's Hollywood, and that's that whole franchise now. It's just like cash grab.
Yeah. Out of all two of the Conjuring movies, like the first one's my favorite. Like I like the second one, but the first one I like that one a lot more, just because it's, I wouldn't say made better than the second one, but it's the story is better, because like the second one follows like the girl in England, and like how they're saying that she's making all this shit up and all of that, but like the first one follows a whole entire family, and like I just like it better.
The first Annabelle one, that one is actually based off the true event.
Right.
Like, so it's the two nurses and everything like that, and their boyfriend, but then they Hollywoodized it.
Hollywoodized.
Yeah.
They went.
Can't talk.
Yeah.
Like I said.
They're like, we're gonna keep making money from this.
Yeah.
Can we talk about like actual classic horror, like my homeboy Freddy?
What up?
Like Krug's.
I went as him one Halloween.
That was the Krug.
Yeah.
Kruger.
Like one year, my friends and I, when I had the Imaginarium, we just sat and we watched all of the Freddy Krueger movies. Like,
damn.
all
like
of
5
them.
of them.
We chunked it out. Like, so
Maybe more than that.
we had like one of our friends had like the disc set and was just like, okay, we're gonna like watch these movies this night, this movie these nights, and then But I mean, it was a long haul, but like we did it. We watched them all.
Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Long
haul.
Oh man.
But a bountiful one, and one that you just have to take. You have to go through it. It's a rite of passage.
Passage.
It is a rite of passage.
I like Harry Potter better.
I'm going to fucking hurt you.
Really? Because you love Harry Potter.
Okay, but
I'm scared for my safety.
No, you cannot compare the two.
I'm comparing them, and I like Harry Potter better. Who else agrees?
No.
Leave a comment.
No.
Who's on my side?
No.
There's a lot of people on your side.
I like them both for different reasons.
Yeah, I enjoy both of them.
Amanda staying neutral.
Yep.
No, I'm with Amanda though. Like, appreciate them both. You can give me a death stare, but I don't categorize them in the same genre.
No, I don't either. They're their own worlds.
Yeah, they're their own things.
Lord
Now,
of
can
the
we talk
Rings
about
is
Gremlins?
life.
Because That's
We didn't even
amazing.
talk about Freddy Krueger. You just kind of jumped.
I don't know. You just mentioned Freddy and you.
I'm gonna
love
sit
him
here
and
right
you
now and
watched
I'm
the
gonna
box
say
set.
that I've never seen Nightmare on Elm Street.
Really?
Yeah, no, I've
That's
never
Johnny
seen
Depp's.
it.
I think it's the first one.
Yeah.
Johnny Depp's first appearance ever.
Yeah. And he's in his little crop top.
Oh,
And he
Johnny
gets
Depp.
dead.
He
Yeah.
gets spoilers.
I mean, like 99% of the population's seen it, so.
Amanda's the 1%.
Yeah, you are the 1%.
Congratulations, Amanda.
Finally
You
made the
finally
1%,
made it.
We made it.
Like, the creativity behind that. Like,
Yeah.
there's this one scene, and it's not really a spoiler because the whole, just that gory kind of, like, genre is so fucked up, but it's great. Like where the telephone, like, turns into a tongue, and that haunts you, or the claw coming up from the bathtub. Like,
Nightmare
I
Fuel.
love practical effects.
yeah.
The Thing.
They stand up the best.
Yes.
The Thing is probably my top 5, like, for horror films. John Carpenter's The Thing
never
is
seen
amazing.
The Thing.
And for the sequel or the remake or the prequel or whatever it was,
Don't you shake your head at me.
that
Harry
I
Potter's
found out
better
that
than
they
Lord of the
actually
Rings.
I'm going to
built
take
every monster they did for the new one that came out in mid 2000s, the new thing. They actually made all the practical effects. They built everything to keep it original and freaky that way. But that was when special effects really started taking effect, and the people came in and they were like, no, we want CG. So they spent all this money and all of this time making the practical effects, and they used it as like reference. So they literally just digitally created everything that these artists created, but then just CG'd in it. And I was like,
CG'd in it?
Once again, I can't talk tonight, all right? But yeah, they chose not to use practical
CG'd
effects.
all over that.
I was trying to hold it in, but
Ew, I don't
just-
want it. He CG'd in it.
I'm gonna go jump off a cliff now.
make our own horror film.
Do you think? No, I'd get hurt really bad if I jumped off your guys' roof. But
Yes,
it
you
wouldn't.
would.
It wouldn't end things.
Have you guys seen As Above, So Below?
Yes.
I love
Yeah.
that.
I love
That's
that.
a good
I have not.
film.
I
That's a good
have
film.
not.
You should watch that now that
Yeah.
you actually have working internet up in your room.
I'm pretty sure.
Is that
it's-
the one where they're like in the cave?
Yeah,
in
so they
the
go to the catacombs.
Oh yeah, okay.
And each of their own hell basically
Yeah.
plays out, kind of thing.
Yeah, that movie was disturbing.
I'm pretty sure that's on. It's either on Netflix or Amazon Prime Video. Yeah. So As Above, So Below.
Yes.
Yes, so
I
as
actually-
above, so below.
I have a.
Ass above,
Yes,
soul below.
So I have a story of when I was watching this with my friends. We were sitting in her house and we were the only ones home. We weren't supposed to be watching this movie because her brother was with us, and her brother was a lot younger than us. And
Oh, I thought you said because her brother was depressed, you can't watch the movie.
well,
I mean, it is a depressing film.
and we watched it anyways, and all of us were sitting on the couch, and her house, how it was laid out is like they had the tall ceilings and you could see like where the stairs, like in the hallway, and from the living room we could see into the upstairs hallway, and we were watching it, and I look up into the hallway, and keep in mind, like I said, there was only 4 of us there. Like her parents were gone, her other brother was with them, and we were all sitting on the couch. There was someone fucking walking back and forth in the hallway and stopping like at the top of the stairs and looking down at us.
What?
Yes.
Brother?
No.
It was a ghost.
Did it just look like a black mass?
Yes. And it was...
Are you still friends with this friend?
No.
Was your friend the Black Mass?
No.
Okay.
She just said they were watching it together.
All of us were on the couch.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what did you do? You're just like, oh, hey. That's weird.
Oh, Luigi.
Well,
Noted.
Well, I had mentioned something. I was just like, are you guys seeing this person like walking back and forth in the hallway while we're watching this movie that we're not supposed to be watching right now?
No.
And my friend was like, wait, what are you talking about? And I was just like, look into the fucking hallway. And she looks and she sees it. She starts freaking the fuck out.
As one would.
I mean, I didn't freak out.
I wouldn't freak out.
I'm
either
also
'cause it
me.
ain't my home.
Yeah,
Well,
that's true.
my first thought would be like, oh shit, someone broke in.
Yeah.
Honestly, that would be my first.
I would not be like, oh, there's a shadow man. I'd be like, oh shit, we're getting robbed.
Yeah.
Can't have my piece of puffs.
And
Was it pitch black up there, or was
it
were
was
there any
pitch
lights?
black.
Oh.
Like, we had every single light off in the house. And, like, one by one, each of us started seeing it. And then her brother saw it. And he started flipping out. And, like, we were just like, well, we really shouldn't be watching this movie. So we're just going to turn this off. And we're just going to sit here in the fucking dark.
That doesn't sound like fun.
Yeah, no.
We should turn on like a funny movie.
Yeah, no, we didn't.
Something.
We didn't.
Time to
But-
go to sleep.
Like Christmas with the Cranks.
But my friend was like,
That's scary in its own right.
yeah, my friend was like, oh, that shadow person was here just to, like, tell us that we had to turn off the movie. Cause,
Yep.
like, cause
Yeah, I'm
after,
sure that's
Yeah.
its
'Cause,
main
like,
concern.
yeah, and like her logic behind it was she didn't see it after we turned off the movie. And I'm like,
well, that makes one of us.
yeah, pretty much. Because it was definitely still there, but yeah. So that's my as above.
As above, so below.
Yeah, that.
Asthma story.
Oh, I got a lot of asthma stories.
But yeah, it's a good movie. I like that movie. It's pretty good.
I think of
Right.
other ones here.
It follows. That was
Yeah.
good. I like that. Weird.
Did we watch that one?
Yes, we have.
We have. Okay, so it is that one movie.
Remember, there's the one where, like, basically, to survive, you gotta have sex.
Yeah.
But wasn't
I
there
can
another
stand
movie
by
that came after that?
I'm going through a dry spell.
And then I said, wasn't there another movie that came after that
Oh, no, I was asking what she said.
Moving forward.
one?
Ooh, The Grudge.
Oh, hang on.
Oh, no. Wait, do it a little further away.
Oh, no. Here we go.
No.
You're welcome.
That came
Dude,
from between
I was
her
looking
legs.
at the microphones, and you spiked them all.
It's my party trick.
She opens her legs, and that's what
Half
comes
the damn
out.
time, I can't get you to, like,
You
talk
wonder
into
where the dry
freaking
spell came
microphone.
from.
Yeah, doing that during sex.
No, her vagina makes that noise.
Oh, that's fucking terrifying.
Just can you just picture the... Oh my god.
Yep.
Everyone's got their party trick, right?
That actually came. That was not a special effect. That actually came out of Cassidy's mouth. So
Yeah.
one of her many
The little
talents.
blue boy.
There's more of
Yeah.
that.
Oof. That movie.
I like that movie, though.
Yeah, it's
I
good.
haven't seen it in so long. So
Ooh,
Yeah, I
The
know,
Ring.
neither.
I really liked The Ring.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Cool story.
I'm trying to remember what the second one. Wasn't that just like sort of a cut and copy of the first one, and they just.
I never
changed
saw
a
the
little
second
bit of the
one.
plot?
I just saw the first one.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think of like. Really must not have been memorable to the second one.
I used to
don't
walk
remember.
around my friend's house with my. At one point, I had like really dark hair. I had dyed it, and I would walk around like with my hair like over my face, like.
Of course you would.
Yeah. So I would scare the shit out of everyone. It was
I
great.
thought it was a good movie. Like it was actually really beautiful too. Like some of the scenes.
Yes, because when I think of the ring,
the dead well girl, and then disturbing that like their fucking drowned corpse of twisted faces.
Oh my god, no! But
Beautiful. I hang those pictures up on my wall.
No, but wasn't there a scene in that movie where they did like a really cool close up of like a horse and like the horse's
Well, that was part of the video.
Was that
Horses
part
are
of
beautiful.
Like,
There's like all this the random ass strange shit, and the horse was part of it, and then the fly landing on the horse's eyeball, and they were like, "Yep, creepy." I'm like, "Yep," because horses don't experience that every day of their lives.
I just think it's funny that that's the one scene you pick out.
I just remember it.
That
And
close up of the horse. Oh. Yeah, that movie's
stallion.
great.
Fucking great.
Are you a horse girl?
It was a fucking Clydesdale. Okay. No, I don't know what type
I
of
don't even know what kind of horse it was. I remember, I think it was a brown horse.
Aren't they pretty... Well, no, they're not all brown, but most of them.
I don't think most of them.
Are they mostly black? I don't know.
I don't know. I think it just depends on the breed.
I don't know anything about horses.
I don't either.
Me either.
Wait, do you say horses or just horse?
I mean, horses.
Horses is plural.
Yes.
Do you just refer to
Can we
all
cut that?
horse? Wow, look at all these horse.
There's a horse.
She goes to a freaking ranch and she's like, wow, I really like your horse. Which one? All of them.
The horse.
The horses. Yeah, the horse.
You know what movie really fucked me up?
In
What
her
fucked
defense,
you up?
The Mist.
Oh,
that was a
yeah.
good one.
I haven't seen that one.
I forgot about that one.
One wasn't good. The Fog. Like the one,
Yeah.
I think it had. I think that was the first time the actor from Smallville who played like Superman, like he was in the Fog, and I think that was the last film he was in. And it's the same thing with the two guys from Supernatural. My Bloody Valentine and what was that other film that
House of Wax that Jack Padalecki was in?
they both like did those films like right
Yeah.
during their like weird break in between, and both terrible.
Yep. Yes.
Both terrible.
2 thumbs down from Austin.
Right. Well, because the original House of Wax, which I don't even think was called that, there's like an original film that's sort of based around. It was like a 60s or 70s classic horror film. Like, that was decent, but the new one with a lot of remakes, they don't really do it well to bring it to, like, modern day, I guess.
I just watched the original Wicker Man. That was good.
Oh, with
What? Come on, you don't
Saruman the
like-
Brown?
You don't like...
The brown tweed?
You don't, oh, my God. You don't like the Nicolas Cage one?
You know what? I
That
skimmed
one's
through that one
freaking
just
hilarious.
for the
Watch
laughs.
that as just watch that one as just a comedy.
Because I freaking hate Nick Cage. Like,
Really?
I don't know what it is. Just his fucking face. I just...
But what's that new one?
Oh, I feel like you're holding back on us,
I
Cassidy.
just...
No, what's that new? What's that
So-
film that Nicolas Cage was just in? And it was like
no one cares.
no, it was actually really good. It was
Oh, the
Color-
Lovecraft.
Colors of Space or something like that. The colors in between
color. It has the word color, and it has space in it.
It's like a
And it's got
Lovecraftian.
Nicolas Cage.
That's how they're promoting the movie.
No,
There's a lot
that one's
of
actually
purple.
good. Like, they literally just told
Yeah,
Nicolas
no,
Cage, be fucking Nicolas Cage. And he's like, okay. But that, I think you would
that.
like that. I honestly
Yeah.
think you would like that because it's just fucking weird and bizarre.
That
and
was
the
a really
colors
good
are
movie.
amazing.
So Cassidy,
Yes.
so if we ever ended up living together and I just like put Nick Cage's face around the house just randomly, how much would you hate me?
A lot.
Okay.
To be honest.
This is a picture of my dead
That would-
grandma.
that would be
Amanda.
I know what I'm going to get you for Christmas, a body pillow of Nicolas Cage.
Oh my God, I would burn it.
But then she secretly falls in love with it, and she tells everyone that she threw it away, but really it's hidden in her closet, and only Bean knows the real secret.
Lauren, what the fuck goes on in your head?
No
I
one
don't
wants
this
to know.
anymore. Known her for how long?
It's my new
It's fine.
fandom.
No
I still
anime
question
girl
things.
like body pillows or Nick Cage body pillows in my house.
It's an anime girl body, but it's got Nicolas Cage's face on it.
Oh my god, that's nightmare fuel. Like, big busty like maid like body pillow, but his face.
Oh God.
But like his
Oh,
crazy
God.
face, like the crazy ones where he's like
Okay,
from,
merch
like,
idea.
Face Off.
God.
Sure it exists.
Didn't you two, Lauren and Austin, didn't
We
you?
never had a hentai body pillow.
Oh fuck! Where we going with this? Segue.
Yeah.
Didn't you guys go see Scary Stories That You Tell in the Dark?
Yes.
I completely forgot about that film.
was that?
Because that one was just
that
like,
was really
oh,
good.
okay.
Really
no, it wasn't
good.
really good.
Yes, it was.
It was okay.
It was really good.
Was it scary?
No.
As someone who grew up reading those stories and fucking loving those stories,
Okay,
it
I
was
guess that's
really
fair.
good.
Okay, I guess that's fair.
Like,
Like, I
I'm
never
like-
read those stories, so I just went into it blind.
You
and I was
also
like,
have to realize you went into this thinking that it's gonna be like a real good horror film.
Is that how he sounds?
Yeehaw. So it's that almost that year and a half I lived in Wyoming. You know, sometimes a little cowboy in me just comes out.
Slips out.
Little cowboy.
Little cowboy. Yeehaw. Giddy up.
He's got a cowboy hat for his penis.
No.
And Lauren,
No.
Lauren likes horse, so it's a perfect match.
I'm gonna need to find a taller building to jump off of.
There is vodka down here somewhere. It's right here.
Yeah.
You gotta find it before Cassidy does.
You said the magic word.
Vodka.
But you went into it thinking that it was gonna be like an adult like horror film, but it was actually no, it was
For babies.
I mean, yes, it's for like teens, like young adults.
Rawr.
You know, it's scary, but it was meant for like a younger generation.
I like the like cheesiness of it, like that. Just it was being cheesy for the sake of being cheesy. I appreciated that, but yeah, I went into it thinking like, because I kept hearing, I went into this movie not knowing anything, and everyone at work and everything was like, "Oh my god, it's so good, it's so creepy," and I was like, "Oh, okay." Well, what teenagers find creepy and what Austin finds creepy,
It's not even
way
teenagers.
Two different.
You grew up
different things.
like the cover of the book is iconic because you see that and you go, oh shit, like this is awesome. Like just flipping through the books, you see the illustrations of it, and the illustrations are really what kind of like. And it was really cool seeing those illustrations be brought to life.
Yeah, how did they do that?
I don't know the special
CGI,
effects behind
CG.
it, but like the iconic ones. Like it was so fucking cool.
And it didn't look too cheesy
No.
the way
it
they did
didn't,
it?
No,
No,
like
they did a really
they
good
did a real
job.
job on like on the monsters themselves, but
But they took the individual stories that are in the books and they spun it into like one longer like story
Yeah.
in itself, so it all fits in. But they also set it up where there could potentially be another one.
I don't think it did well
So-
enough that they were probably like, yeah, we'll greenlight a second one. But-
I hope that's not truly the
13
case.
Ghost.
I thought you said 13 going on 30.
Oh,
So
me and
quickly.
Amanda just watched that.
Me going on 30 here in like 5 months.
This is the second time he's brought this up tonight.
Yeah,
Um,
we hit
It
a
hurts,
sore
man.
spot.
he's gonna hit that
Hurts
really
me.
hard.
Yeah, my birthday.
Season 2 is going to be a real downer for us.
Yeah, I might not be here for one episode. I might just be like crying in my bedroom.
13 Ghosts. I actually really fucking love that movie. They should have done a lot more with it, but
I've never
really
seen
good.
that.
I know I've seen it, but I can't think
It's
of the
weird
plot.
like
Matthew
that,
Lillard's
too.
in it. The guy from Monk's in it.
Yeah, Shaggy, he's in it.
It's where they've got this guy built this house, and inside the house, he's gathered the souls
Right.
of these they're basically these lost souls, and he's kept them trapped. And I don't even know how to explain it to where it sounds not like shit coming out of my mouth.
Well,
But it's a really good one. I think I actually have it.
It was a
But
cool
it's on
concept.
DVD.
I think you're overhyping this film. It was a cool concept, and like each of the design and the makeup that they did for each
I
of
think
the
that's
ghosts
what
were really,
really
good
keeps me
because
is
it was
the makeup.
practical. It wasn't like special effects kind of thing
It's
for
the
it.
makeup
Like,
for me, probably.
that was like
It's
really
the
cool.
makeup for me.
That's
But-
usually what gets me too, Lauren.
I
It's
mean-
okay.
It was just like all these random people selected to go to this dude's house for some reason, and I think it was like a competition basically to like who can survive.
No.
Wasn't it?
no,
Or something
no.
like, I don't know.
No, the father ended up inheriting the house from his uncle who died tragically, and the uncle was apparently some sort of like big millionaire who was really into the occult.
Oh, that's right.
And the guy just lost his wife tragically, so they're like, yeah, this could be like a spin
Oh,
for
yeah,
us. This
Monk.
will be a new start.
That's
and
right. So Monk and his
only
kids
to find
go there.
out that it's a death trap.
Yeah.
So, but it's really cool.
No, like the even the design of it all was really cool.
Continue.
What?
I
Right
figured
there.
out what you said.
What did I say?
I know what you said.
What did I say?
Got boinked to that.
Hey, at least you didn't get boinked to Ghost Adventures.
It was.
Hold up.
Wait. You guys know this story.
I do not.
No,
I did
I
not know that
told
you
you
lost
this.
your virginity with Zach
You
Baggins on
did
the
tell
screen.
us this.
Yeah.
I must have just mentally blocked it out.
Bonus content.
Oh my god, I thought mine was bad.
I mean, you guys both lost the ghost.
Yeah, but my goddess, like Zach fucking Baggins.
Yeah.
I mean, at least I had Matthew Lillard on the screen.
You keep saying it, all I'm seeing is Scooby Doo. So
Zoinks.
Zoinks.
Yeah, this is real doing it for me.
Scooby-Doo, where
What?
are
What?
you? Because you said zoinks.
You want a Scooby snack?
Drink up, hon.
There's nothing in this. You hate it.
Just pour the vodka in there.
Coffee. Here.
I don't
Irish
need
coffee.
caffeine.
Did you finish?
Okay.
Wait, hold on. I wanted to talk about the movie that Cassidy and I saw.
Oh, The Turning.
Yes.
Where you just keep turning.
I
Well,
mean,
So, okay.
Wait, am I right?
no.
Premise of the fucking
No.
movie.
So Cassie and I, one night, we just decided to go see a movie. I don't even remember like what we were doing prior to that.
Yeah.
And I don't even know how to explain this movie. Like,
It's weird. It like jumped back and forth really, like, I mean, because The Turning, it was like you were going back and forth.
So
Like
you could
in-
say you were turning.
shut up.
Literally, I said I
Oh
named
my
the fucking plot of
God.
the story here.
Whoa, hang on, mind blown.
Oh my god, I finally get it.
It all makes sense.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
The cinematography was
Yes.
really, really good. And that's why I was like, I was invested for like most of the movie,
Yeah.
but it was the end for me
When
that like
yeah,
fucking
What
the
is this
end
movie about?
sucked.
Like
Okay,
the turning,
so
I'm thinking either like werewolves
No.
or vampires.
No.
No, it was none of that.
Okay.
so there's this
A road
like
trip gone
this
wrong.
woman that was a teacher, and
Too much
she
vodka.
decided to become like a nanny for this really rich family, and there was something wrong with the kids. Like they weren't really like, yeah, but like weird things were happening in the house, and it was like affecting the kids. And then the nanny started going crazy, but the son also was like a psycho or something like that. It was weird, but yeah. And then the ending, it was very abrupt, and they didn't really like build on that.
Yeah, it was confusing. Like I remember, like we finished. I was just staring at the credits.
We
like,
literally,
what the hell did I just watch?
There was like 3 groups of people there. It was us. There was like a couple, and then there was like a group of like 2 guys, and we all were just sitting there afterwards, just staring at the credits, just like, what the fuck? How? Why? Like,
and I don't think there were any like big names in it. Really, I can't remember the actors, but
I'm trying to remember, because there was one, like it was the son, like I had seen him before. Oh, Miles from Stranger Things.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that he was weird.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, I mean, I would suggest watching that movie because it is a good movie. It's just the end sucked.
If you want to kill some time and your standards aren't super high,
Yeah,
like
you don't
go
wanna,
watch it.
Yeah, like you don't want to like really watch like a full on like horror film. Like that's the movie for you.
If you just want to be very confused at the end and have to like look that shit up afterwards, then definitely.
Yeah, we did look that shit up afterwards.
I don't even think that helped.
No, it really didn't.
Okay, so we got to cap this off at some point.
Yeah.
So let's go around and share our top 3 favorite scary movies that we suggest our listeners
Can't give you
should listen.
my actual top 3 favorite because there's
that's
a lot
tough.
that I like.
Well,
but
yeah,
there's
but
some,
if you
I'll try
could
to think
narrow
of some,
down
like,
to 3,
ones
and
that maybe
then
we haven't talked about.
of course, we definitely want to hear from you some of your absolute favorites. We want to know why they're your absolute favorites, or even share some of your the ones you despise and why.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of really bad scary movies out there. Like a lot of really bad
Yeah, but
ones.
sometimes those are fun.
Yeah. Like, I love campy ones. So, I guess I'll go first. I'm definitely going to have to go with, if you haven't seen a good scary movie, one that's really going to knock your socks off, I obviously am going to choose Hereditary. We've already talked about that one. It's not technically a scary movie.
I wouldn't say scary. It's more psychological, but
it's still kind of a thing, you know?
Those are still within that spectrum.
It's in the realm. That one, I really enjoyed A Haunting in Connecticut.
That's a good one.
That was a really good one.
That's a good one.
So, Hereditary, A Haunting in Connecticut. Hereditary, A Haunting in Connecticut. Oh shit, I don't know what my third one will be, actually. I wasn't prepared for this question.
Even though it wasn't your question that you posed.
Shit.
I'm stumped on the third one.
I'm gonna have to go with Halloween. Just because it is such a classic, I absolutely have to watch it. Well, that's it. That's the show.
Well, we're trying to figure it out.
Here. You know what? I at least have 2 right now, and then I'll probably just sprinkle. So these are more under the psychological horror, but Psycho, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Hush, if you haven't seen that, I think that's still on Netflix, and that one is actually like basically if It's about a woman who is completely deaf, and she's out in the middle of the woods, and basically like like psychopath stalker shows up outside her house, and a lot of the film is like seeing it through her eyes, so it's silent in a lot of ways, but it's like her not even knowing because this guy's tapping on the window trying to like freak her out, but she's deaf. But you as the audience, you know what's happening, and you're just like, oh my God. So Hush is a good one, Psycho is a good one, and then I always recommend The Exorcist, but that's just because that's always going to be in my top 10. A lot of people hate it, but I don't know. I love it, so that's mine.
Cool. Yeah. I would say... So I would say mine are... Okay, and I'm younger, so I'm going to choose, like, newer stuff.
That's okay, Amanda. We still love you.
But all of mine are more on the paranormal side, and definitely would be The Conjuring. I can watch that like a million times and not like not get sick of it. Insidious, I think Chapter 2 is my favorite. But yeah, any of the Insidious movies, those are really good. And then Annabelle Comes Home. I really like that movie. Like, really like that movie.
You don't want Wheel? You know what Wheel is? The haunted tire that goes around and kills people.
Oh, I remember hearing about that.
Oh my God.
I haven't seen it, but I remember like what?
That out
I
of
have
my
heard
mind.
I
of
need to
that
watch
movie.
it just
I've
'cause
never watched it.
I want to be drunk and watch that though.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
that would be that'd be probably the only way I'd watch that. But I really like Patrick Wilson. So any movie that he's in, I'm like,
He's a good actor.
I'm already hooked.
Beautiful
So,
voice.
yeah. So, yeah.
These aren't necessarily like my top 3, but ones that I think people should watch if they haven't seen.
Yeah, that was like mine.
Like, obviously, like, I fucking love Stephen King. I already said that. But Misery, definitely a really good film. The Strangers, I really enjoyed. I think they were going to make a second one, but I
They did make a
Did
second
they make?
one.
Oh, they did make a second one. It was just poo-poo. Okay.
Yeah, that Strangers 2. Poo-poo.
Poo-poo. The first one. And Us, the people that made the movie Get Out.
Oh, yeah.
That was a great film.
Actually, no, I haven't even seen Us.
I haven't
seen
seen
Get
it.
Out.
I've heard of it.
Get Out was really good.
Yeah.
Definitely watch that.
Yeah.
I'm talking to you guys and the people listening. Like,
Okay, I'll add that to my
Yeah.
ever-growing list of movies to watch.
yeah. Yeah, that was probably one of my favorite, like, horror films that I've seen, like, in the past, like, couple years. So.
All right.
Yeah. And with
I don't know what
that,
time it is. Piss in those comments with yours.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. No, guys, don't listen to him.
What?
But
listen
go
to
ahead and give us a comment. No, we definitely want to hear more about what you guys like as far as your horror genres. Are you more of a psychological thriller? Are you more of like a campy B horror classics? Let us know. We want to hear some of your favorite
the
scary
above.
movies. Yeah. And some of your most hated scary movies.
yeah, definitely.
I'm trying to
Because
think what.
I love me a bad scary movie every now and then, too.
Yeah.
But yeah, with that.
Stay spooky, folks.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
See ya.
Adios.
Hasta luego.
Bye, bye, bye!